really busy lately, so if you want to kind of, for lack of a better term, if you kind of want to continue to follow me and what I've been doing, just go ahead and read my blog. I'm about to head to class, so time constraints are coming there. I don't have my glasses on, so it's a little hard to see. I'm trying to read things from one site that we're supposed to work on. Some people know it as Blackboard, and I just, for lack of a better term, I guess I would find this hilarious if it weren't so sad. I was reading an article for class, or rather skimming over it, since one could really kind of skim over the article anyway, and so I go here, I look at the article, it's called Why Transformation Efforts Fail, and I'm just going to put my glasses on and read part of it real quick. And what the guy says, his name is John P. Cotter. What he says you should do is, in order to change your organization, establish a sense of urgency, form a powerful guiding coalition, create a vision, communicate the vision, empower others to act upon the vision, plan and create short-term wins, consolidate improvements and produce still more change and institutionalize new approaches. And then he talks about the errors that are a result of not implementing these changes. He says, for one thing, if you don't establish a great enough sense of urgency, if you don't create a powerful enough guiding coalition, if you lack a vision, if you under-communicate the vision by a factor of 10, or really any factor, but that's another discussion. If you don't remove the obstacles to the new vision, if you don't plan for or create short-term wins, if you declare victory too soon, and if you don't anchor the changes into your corporation's culture, your corporation is going to be in trouble. And I just almost had to laugh because I was thinking about something that, even though, of course, Chapelgate wasn't the best school in the world, thank God we did have professors there like Mr. Lindauer, just a shout out to him, I guess, since he was the one who actually gave a darn. But one of the verses that he really, really hammered into our heads, and thank goodness he did, was 1 Chronicles 12:32, because he talks about the tribe of Issachar, and it talks about when Issachar led the army of Israel, and the verse reads, of the sons of Issachar, who had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, their chiefs were 200, and all their brethren were at their command. So it's like it's right there. You have to understand the times. You have to know what to do. You have to keep your eyes on Jesus. You have to do whatever you got to do. All this could be basically summed up in not declaring victory too soon, communicating the vision, looking for ways to change things if you got to change things, creating short-term wins, declaring victory appropriately, just things along those lines. As I said, no matter how you slice, dice, rephrase, or do whatever, and even we can look at the book of Ecclesiastes, because Ecclesiastes says there's nothing new under the sun. Specifically, it says that which has been is what will be, that which is done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. So as I said, and others have obviously said before me, no matter how you slice, dice, rephrase, or do whatever else the biblical principles are going to work the best. And even the book of James talks about every good and perfect gift. And James says there, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. And I guess in some ways I'm preaching to the choir here, but I'm sure there are many, so to speak, in the choir who maybe need to rehear this, and I need to rehear this, and so the point is this. By the way, the verses are 1 Chronicles 12:32, Ecclesiastes 1:9, and James 1:17. So, by the way, I have the James 1:17 reference, and part of me, thank goodness for Bible Gateway, or I wouldn't know. I would be, as the song goes, unable to quote the chapter and verse, but anyway, so shout out to Bible Gateway too and similar websites because they help someone like me who's not necessarily good at references or as good at reading the Bible as they should be, but anyway, so the point is, no matter how you slice or do whatever, the biblical principles are going to be the ones that work the best, and what else is there to say? And I think that, and another article we had to read was about the Cerro Grande fire, and how the company that started the Cerro Grande fire was just planning to light a little fire to do some test burning and to clear some land. And of course, the thing they could have done before lighting that fire was, of course, like the article said, check all their contingencies and all that. But another thing too that they missed, and it would be too preachy, proselytizing for academia, is yes, they could have prayed to God and said, God, should we be doing this? Should we be lighting a fire on this land you created? And shouldn't we trust you to kind of team the fire, if you will, for us to do this and things could go bad? Anyway, so that's my 2 cents, that's my whatever you call it, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at following biblical principles, because I'm not. I keep having to learn and relearn the hard way, but I hope they get the point. And so, this is my 2 cents for today, just my 2 cents for how things are going to work. And by the way, I was reading on Twitter too, I was kind of seeing this headline. Apparently Ann Coulter says maybe Republicans should try being popular. Perhaps she's being satirical. And, I don't know, I'm just kind of skimming over the article. Maybe she's being satirical, I guess. I mean, you really want to pay attention to Ann Coulter anyway, since she doesn't really seem to give a crap about God. That's another discussion. But the point is this. If Republicans and if the other political parties focused on godly principles instead of doing whatever they want to do, maybe things would be better, but do they listen? No. So I could find all more examples, but the point is, no matter in academia, no matter in business, no matter in politics, whatever it is, maybe if we were following God's principles, or at least trying to, a lot of our problems could be solved. So, as I said, that's my 2 cents, and there you go.